It's funny because it's like 10 a.m. for you, maybe 10 a.m. must be 10 a.m. for you, and it's 6 p.m. here. So we are on a little bit different zones.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
I'm just gonna explain to everyone what are we doing here and what this video is about. And this is a testimonial video for every single one of you who is feeling a little bit at unease with your own energy and feeling maybe confused or lack of clarity. And definitely if you are feeling yourself stuck at some point on your spiritual journey. And me and Maria, we had a fabulous session on Sunday, and today is Wednesday, so that's 3 days later. And it's been quite powerful, you know. It has been powerful, especially that, and for every single one, you know, that session is powerful and it is so important. And any connection like that with me, with higher vibration, with higher energy, is powerful, especially if we are listening to our hearts, if we are listening to those little push from our guides that, you know, this is what we need right now, this is what we need to do. And if we listen to that guidance, and we'll go in the direction we've been shown to go. Maria, would you like to share with everyone, just in a short way, what were you struggling with before you actually asked me for connection?
Sure. So prior to connecting with you, I was beginning to feel a little bit of stuck in a sense.
Yeah.
Whereas before that, I had a lot of clarity, a lot of things were coming through. But then there was a point of where everything was in stillness. And even in dream states, I wasn't getting any clarity, nothing was coming through. And I did feel somewhere within my being that there was something going on, that I needed support from someone. I didn't know who. So this kind of lasted, I want to say, for maybe about 3 weeks.
Oh, wow.
And then on Facebook, I saw one of your videos where you were talking about how our eating habits are changing and how many people are going through that. And I myself am also going through that, and I have been going through that. So I listened to your video late at night. You know, I was kind of dozing off, but I got the gist of it. But when I fell asleep, prior to me going to sleep, I felt this need to connect with you. And I actually texted you pretty late when I messaged you, but it was something that I didn't know why or what was going to come about it, but I had to contact you for whatever reason. And this is before me knowing that you had the ability to facilitate any type of session of healing or reconnecting with, you know, people. So you so graciously, you know, accepted the call, and you went ahead and called me actually the next day. And when I read the message that you accepted, you know, taking that call, the hairs on my arms just like ding, 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 ding. And I felt like, oh my God, something's gonna shift. I really did feel that. I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a point where I felt like something was going on, and I was feeling a lot of energies that were unbalanced or unstable.
Yeah.
Very strongly.
Yeah.
Very, very strong. And also at the same time, I was starting to let go of these tools that some of us use, right, to become more into ourselves, right? So these medicinal tools that are out there that we use. So in my heart, I kind of let that go for the past 3 months, but there was something still lingering with that needed to be processed. So yeah, that just, actually the session with you, it just like blasted open so many things for me.
That's so
After that.
beautiful. That's so beautiful, and I'm so glad that you described the way you were saying that, because I truly believe that we are constantly supported, which by whatever you want to call it, whether it is universe, God, our guides, divine intervention, it doesn't. We're constantly put that everything we need is constantly on our path, and all we've got to do is listen. And sometimes we need to be, at least in my case, in that a little bit of a pain, in a little bit of that pressure and squeeze, to be able to open my eyes a little bit wider, my heart a little bit more, to open my ears, listen, to humble myself, to go and ask for help and listen. And you were just simply, feeling, okay, something is not okay, I need a little bit of a guidance, which way to go. And there you see, a video, you connect with the energy, and you, instead of listening to that thought, oh no, I don't know this person, I'm not gonna message her, you actually like, it doesn't matter, I'm just gonna message her anyway. And that's beautiful. And let me explain as well what happens on this session. So through my own journey and raising my own vibration and cleansing my own vessel. I'm no perfect by all means, but I managed to cleanse my vessel and got to a point where when I am able to reconnect on a daily basis, not just in meditation, but in a waking hour, with my soul's divine purpose, but as well with my soul's origin. So I know exactly where I am from the very beginning. I've been shown the visions, I've been shown how I was brought into life, how I was loved into life by the source, and all these beautiful things. And then I just, like you, intuitively started following step by step. Okay, what do? I feel this energy. On one of my sessions that I had last year, and that was the hypnosis session, I heard on other sessions, and that was the only one I had so far, I heard everyone having some kind of light here, right? And I didn't have it. I didn't have that. I had a ball of lava. I had a ball of lava. And I'm like, this is something different. This is something different. This is why I don't have a sparkle like anyone else. Why I have a ball of lava. Why this is different. Why I've been shown all these visions of the beginning, the visions of creating worlds and destroying worlds and all that stuff. So I had to just simply begin. And I got to the point when I was able to work with that energy and bring that energy from on high, from heavenly realms, through me, through my heart center, into another person, which you can call facilitating the energy, the environment that makes you feel entirely safe. But I'm gonna maybe ask you how that felt for you, because everyone can describe in a little bit different way, and that's absolutely fine and okay. But I would love to know how that felt for you, because I could feel and hear how hit you were by that energy. Ooh, you I could feel it. It shook you entirely in a very positive way.
Yes, it did. It did. It really did. So I'm a feeling person, right? So when I feel, just through your voice and seeing you and hearing you, I felt something between me and you.
Yeah.
And at that moment, I just sort of release myself to just let whatever needs to come. And as soon as I did that, tears started rolling, down my eyes. My body started shaking, but it was like you're here, you're held, the space is here, right? And just that deep connection that even the body felt it as soon as it was and the way I saw it was these I don't know if you've seen at the Avatar movie, where they go on the horse and they put their hair strand to the horse and it kind of just connects like that, like little.
Okay.
That's what came to mind when I felt it, like you're connected. Mm-hmm. Right. And but that came also with the connection with my higher self, mm-hmm. which was it was I have no words to describe it. That's but amazing. Just and you know what's interesting from you that I've worked with other people that I've never felt with anyone else is that you are so open and safe within your own being that you allow for this full flooded energy to come through you. And but at the same time you sort of step back and you allowed me to do my own healing. Yep. And I think that's key, because I think that at this point in time we are realizing that we are our own creators and that we are our own healers. So the fact that you allowed for that, and that I could feel you in my periphery just holding space for me, I feel like that's what a lot of us are needing right now.
Yeah.
that just being held in just the presence of you, it was
That's
it's
so
beautiful.
beautiful. That's so beautiful when you describe it. That's so beautiful because the way I feel it like I'm the channel for that energy from heavenly realm, and it hits people because it's a pure consciousness, because it's pure fatherly love, and it feels like home, like that most precious feeling of home. If you can ever recall any type of feeling home and so safe and so comforted and so loved entirely for who you are, so times 5,000. That's what the feeling of that energy brings to people. It brings that feeling to me as well. But when I was learning, how do I deal with that energy while talking, to I call it Heavenly Father or God, or source, it doesn't matter about the name because it's about the power behind the name. And I started asking, how do I deal with it? How do I work with it? And I've been clearly shown there is nothing here for me, Eliza, to do, manipulate, control, absolutely nothing to do. It's actually my higher self steps in. I'm stepping on the side. My higher self steps in and guides you very gently. And then your higher self and you is entirely in charge, which empowers you as well, which empowers you entirely as well. Because instead of you giving your power away to me, who is Eliza is always going to be ego. Any human being is always going to be ego. So instead of you giving your power away to anyone with an ego, you literally work with the highest vibration. And I could feel how impactful that was for you. I could feel in that session. After the session, when I was putting my head down to the pillow, because I know you're like family of 8, and I'm like, oh my goodness, that's gonna affect at least 8 people. That's gonna affect at least 8 people in a very positive way, more or less. And I just could not be any more grateful. I just felt so beautiful. I felt so complete, and I felt amazing. How do you feel right now? What's going on? What's happened after the session?
Oh God.
3 days.
So, after the session, it was morning for me, evening for you, like,
Yeah.
we all know. So, I had my normal day, but I felt like I was in the clouds, right? So grounding is very important.
Yeah.
It's very important after any session. That was important. So I did step outside for a couple minutes, and I took my notebook and I kind of wrote down what it was, my experience, what came through. And then, but I felt like I kind of still feel like I'm in the clouds, and my body is still releasing.
Yes.
Right, like in any way, shape, or form, whether it be yawning, just you name it, my body's doing it. So I know that was very powerful. And so that evening I went to bed, but the next morning, um and I don't recall like a specific dream, but I do recall that sometime right before I woke up, I had this experience of hearing, like, and I've heard it before, but this buzzing in my ears, like really, really, really heavy, loud. And then I just felt in my mind's eye, I like an explosion of just pure white light, just, and then I just kind of like woke up, and I was like, whoa, like I was like, what was that? Um, and then this was a Monday. Okay, so 2 weeks prior to that, I had arranged for my first acupuncture
Yeah.
appointment, right? Just because I was feeling pain on my back, and I didn't think anything of it. So I go to my acupuncture appointment, and when I walk in, the office feels like, and this is out of the ordinary, but I'm just gonna tell you how I felt, very clearly. I felt like that office and that facilitator was there just for me. It was pretty quite magical experience. So I'm laying on the table, and she's the first time she just puts the needle in, I feel like electricity in my whole body. And my body's like doing this, and she's like, are you okay? I can't hold back, right? So my body's doing it, and I said, no, it's okay. She's like, oh, this is your energy. So my body's doing that for a couple seconds, and she keeps going, and And then she leaves me there for about 10-15 minutes. She turns off the lights, and I mentioned to you before in the session that I've heard myself calling to myself, like Maria, but it's my voice, right? But outside of me. But ever since that session, I connected with my higher self, and I'm just that. So my higher self, when I was having that treatment, was like, everything's okay, you're fine, just relax. And it said, we're working on you. We're working on your body. Just shh. So, and it was like, oh my God, everything's just been magical after that. I walked out of the session. I'm on a red light, and a guy is crossing the street, and he turns and he looks. It was me and my 3 daughters who went for a session. And he turns and looks at us, and he's like waving and smiling, and we're like, are you seeing that? So we're smiling and waving at him. And then he kind of does his gesture like he bows down. And then he walks away really happy. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, what is all of this, right?
Beautiful.
So it's just all these beautiful things, And I feel so connected. I feel like a new person, a new being.
Yeah.
And it's like, when you wring a rag out and it still has a little bit of water in there that you got to get out.
Yeah.
Like literally, that's what I needed. That's what I needed. Just a little bit of it to be.
And let me just explain to the viewers what's going on with releasing that we mentioned, with the shaking and everything. So within our bodies, we store throughout all the years of unprocessed feelings, emotions, and traumas, and that literally have been shown through the images and through the feelings as well, how they are stored in our bodies, because we have unprocessed. We never been shown how to properly process through the breath and through the energy work, and the same is not how to deal with feelings and emotions. So everything that it is unprocessed since you can remember have been shown. Even the visions when I was in my mama's belly, I've been shown how trauma is transferred. And that's just the part of 3D world. That's just the part of the reality that we are in. And this is what we are signing up for. Yet that stuff, it is, stored within us. And when we are going through such an energy shift, like through the session, and that session is a little bit like a push for what you are already were prepared for you, what you were ready for, because nothing on this session is going to happen that it is too much for you. And the same with the sessions. I don't feel complete. I don't feel we are done until everything is done. Whether entity is removed, whether we are doing the blessings of the whole body, whether we are releasing whatever needs to be released. And I've been told as well, that session will always be perfect. Any session will always be perfect and complete. You will never be put through too much that it is for you. You will never as well receive the information that it is too early for you to receive. You will receive as much as you are ready for, as much as you can process as well. And our bodies are changing, After our session, I had a full confirmation from my guides how much our bodies now are shifted into DNA crystalline, and how much like more and more I am on liquids. And that's exactly what's happening. We're releasing these energies. We're releasing that carbon-based structure as well. We are changing and we are shifting on so many different levels. So that releasing is happening. It's still happening for me. It isn't like for me it's done and it's over. No. It's still progress. As long as I am willing to not suppress, by let it flow through me, I just keep on releasing more and more and more and more. Because Maria, in this lifetime, I signed up for so much. I signed up for so much pain and trauma that, I really struggled on the part of my journey to realize like who would be sane and sign up for anything like that. So I really struggled to fully acknowledge that I did sign up for it. But then the more I was digging in my soul's past, and where do I come from? What is my soul's origin? The more I understood, it all made sense, it all made sense. I really wanted in this lifetime, in this journey, exactly in this timing of the earth, go over that stuff, and every one of us is exactly the same. Maria, it's just so beautiful how you shared it. I only see bright things for you. And you know what as well I'm really happy with? There is a shift within you that I see. There is a shift within you that I feel. And I feel like you're entirely stepping into your power. Like the dark V is a little bit like a, you know, like peel off mask on your face. So they like my guardians show me you have this like a peel of doubt on your entire body, and it's like just being taken away from you. That doubt within your own power. I can see how empowered you feel, how confident you are, and how good you're feeling in your own skin.
I do. Yeah. I feel amazing. And I know, you know, I have the inner knowledge and the connectivity with my higher self and my guides that I can call upon them whenever I need to. And they're just, you know, and I have the ability to do that.
That's priceless.
Another thing that I liked about you is that you follow up. You know, not only do you have a session with us, but with me, but you also, you know, you're messaging me, you're asking me how are you doing, and you're still walking that path with me, and I appreciate that. You know, for many of us, we still need, you know, the help, you know, sometimes. So that's really important, and I feel your genuine just availability and your love towards what you're doing, and that's what is key. You know, that you're free of anything, but it's just coming from here.
Yeah.
And then that just moves everything into place for you, and then for the person you're working with, I feel.
I truly feel I am entirely in my soul's purpose. And Maria, I had to make quite a big changes and gave up on quite few things that they were on the way. And that just shows, you know, I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. And the same it is for you. And I just could not be more happy for you. Maria, thank you so much for the beautiful testimony. I have no doubt so many people is gonna benefit from it. And if any one of you would like to have a session with me, a vibrational and energy healing session with me, I'm going to leave the link below. In that session, you would be able to get in touch with me, and we will see if we are the match to do that session together. Thank you so much, Maria. Thank you everyone for watching. I'm gonna wish you all the best and see you soon. Bye bye.
I love you. Bye.
Love you.